Hey Scoop, Spacemon here. Today we're taking a look at Oklahoma signee, wide receiver Jayden Gibson. I think this guy's going to be an absolute beast at Oklahoma. I want to talk about a few things athletically as to why I think this guy is so highly rated. Whenever you see guys who are really tall, in order for them to be highly rated, they also have to have some other stuff that goes with that. OU has been bitten in the past by guys who just had great height and length, but couldn't quite put it all together. And I think it honestly came down to just poor evaluation of what those guys were, sort of below the waist, if you will. Pause. But I just want to talk about what makes Gibson so special. Not a receivers coach, so I may be off on some of the football aspects of what he's doing, but I want to look at it strictly from an athletic standpoint. So right off the line, first thing you notice with him is his ability to get that ankle stiff. I've talked about this in previous videos. We're going to be watching this left foot as he plants this guy. Then we'll go into more of that in a second. But this foot right here, whenever you're looking to see if a guy has the ability to accelerate, particularly at the next level, whenever you look at like track guys with great starts off the line, it's their ability to get that ankle tendon really, really stiff. If there's a lot of collapsing under load right here, typically you're not going to be as good of an accelerator. Some of this is coached up. Some of this you can develop in the weight room, and some of this you just kind of have to have. Something you're just born with, one of those God-given things. But one of the things that he does right here that I want to talk about in conjunction with getting that ankle, that foot as tight as he does, is how he loads the right foot, and in order to get his body moving in the direction he wants to move to, he quickly stabs that left foot down and already has that right foot coming through. This is the mark of someone who's going to be potentially elite at creating space. And I think this is also what makes him so fast. Right when he catches the ball, that initial burst of acceleration that he shows, I don't know quite what his long speed is, but his acceleration for a big guy is just second to none. And it's partly to do with getting that ankle tight. And then last thing, talked about this a bunch, his ability to get low. Especially for his height right here, he's almost getting those hips as low as the guy in front of him, which is really, really impressive. But his ability to get that shin angle low, this shin angle right here, how low he can get that body, is what dictates how fast of an accelerator you're going to be. If you cannot get into low shin angles and quickly change that shin angle, during change of direction moments, you're not going to have much acceleration, especially at the college level. You're not going to be able to separate. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of the details that coaches actually do look at, is just how fluid he runs. Typically, when I look at someone who is fast or has the potential to be fast, they're going to be real fluid in their upper body. They're not going to look like they're trying, right? Their body is going to sort of rotate naturally. It's going to be very relaxed. And even in the midst of chaos right here, where he's trying to create separation, he has just enough sort of subtle twist on that torso. We're going to be watching sort of the trunk here, arms. We're looking at just that slight bit of rotation side to side. You can sort of see that occurring here to here, right? When guys have that, typically speed is very, very easy for them. Don't think this is going to be a guy who suffers any kind of like knee issues later on. We'll get into it later, but he has tremendous ankle mobility. One of the reasons he's also a great accelerator for a tall guy, good in and out of breaks. And then lastly, his ability to get those hips kind of fully extended and pull them through really, really fast. He's not super locked up in the hips, right? You're going to see, let's watch this right hip go from external rotation here, where that knee is sort of bowed out slightly, and then quickly to internal rotation there, so external to internal. When guys can do this pretty fluidly and look like there's not a lot of effort going on, and it doesn't look awkward like some players I've seen in the past that OU have brought in who coincidentally either suffered with speed or had injuries later on. When guys do that effortlessly, that's typically a good sign for their future. So just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Might get into some other athletes here later today, but that's Jayden Gibson.